Here's an ever-speaking voice of the
Welcome!
Podcast.
You gotta
you
need
don't
a
really
raise.
go that high volume. I know. I can always go higher.
And of course, Dylan sounds the most normal.
Sorry. Did you guys learn to project when you guys were in drama class?
No.
Come on.
You think Jill
You
did
think
drama
I went to
class?
drama?
I don't know why you didn't.
I didn't even have drama. Yeah, I did. In college, I took acting one.
You waited until college.
I wasn't, actually a theater kid.
Wow, crazy.
Mm.
So how you ended up with the movie degree, but I was the theater kid on this one. Nathan,
Yeah.
you did theater.
No.
Oh.
Right, you would
People
think
just
you
think
would.
that I'm-
He probably vandalized the theater once or
You
twice.
dated some theater girls.
Oh yeah.
Hey, on 3. 1, 2. Welcome to the Effin' Movie Podcast. We're your hosts, Mason, Dylan, Nathan, Annabeth, and Jill, somewhat.
Can you see on the camera my divide between the rest of you?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
void
well.
between you all.
We're still unsure about
I don't
how.
think that's gonna help.
It's not.
Like,
That-
It
we're all
makes me feel
so you only
better.
we're all in
Okay.
the breathing
Yeah.
space. It's
Yeah.
got to be like 6 feet. Or
I'm
something.
probably not contagious anymore.
Probably.
Probably.
That probably was in italics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one time Nathan would edit probably and put it in.
Well, then I would edit in pictures of positive tests. or
Yeah.
something.
All
Pictures
the
of
co-
little germs
Yeah.
all over the screen until it just fills up with
That
animated
actually would be really
germs.
funny if you started editing little dot germs and it just over the time it just
Oh.
builds up over the
Hey, that's going back to the paprika video.
It is,
That,
yeah.
That's
Paprika was peak editing because the train
It
came
was.
through on that one.
And it kept going up the borders.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. Anyways, we're not talking about Paprika today. Mason, what are we talking about today?
Talking about a movie called The Greatest Game Ever Played. It's a true story
It is.
about
based on a true story.
based on a true story.
There's probably some things that are
Oh,
different.
there's got to be some
Apparently,
Hollywood
it's
stuff.
actually mostly accurate except for a very few minor game details.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. But basically, Francis Ouimet, which is this coming-of-age golfer that works on a very high-end course as a caddy, gets his chance to play in the U.S. Open, which I can't remember exactly which one it was. It was like a 13th U.S. Open or something.
I think it was the 18th,
Maybe it was in the first
but
few.
I think it was in 1913 or something.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
in
it was
1913.
1913. Yeah.
But he gets to play as an amateur with a bunch of professionals, one of those being Harry Vardon, which is still considered to be one of the greatest European players to have ever played the game.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah. So, let's hop on in. For the record, our main character is played by Shia LaBeouf. I just feel like it's important to kind of just knock
very
out.
important.
It's
Early
a
on.
feature of the movie.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actual cannibal Shia
LaBeouf. Yeah. You know what? But this is Shia
Every
LaBeouf's
time.
This is pre that.
Yeah.
This is well
Yeah,
before
but-
Eagle Eye.
This
You,
is
you
probably
can't think of
during
Shia
Even
LaBeouf
Stevens.
without...
yeah.
Shortly
Yeah, this
after
was... Yeah.
This is like his
Transformers.
18
This
before
is before
era.
Transformers.
Yeah, it was right
before
yeah,
Transformers.
This is solidly in the Disney Channel era.
Yeah.
Because I
Well,
remember
this-
seeing the trailer for this movie on Disney Channel.
This is so not a Disney movie.
No.
This
What do
is
you mean?
like
This is so a Disney
this
movie.
is like an
Thank you.
To me, this is like an executive's I want this to be made.
Yeah.
Here, I'll put
yeah,
into
but
this
like
budget.
it doesn't feel like a Disney Channel movie, but
No.
Right.
it feels like a Disney.
It feels
Yeah.
whimsical.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is this
Oh,
is this isn't Disney Channel movie.
No.
this
Yeah.
would have been shown on the Disney Channel would have been just so strange.
It feels-
It's
way
so different
too
from any other Disney movie.
Right.
Yeah, they showed regular Disney movies on the Disney
It's
Channel sometimes.
very
They
PG.
did, but-
it is very fantastical at times.
And it's a kid living in the adult world doing above
With
and
a-
beyond things.
with
like,
I don't know, a 9-year-old caddy that's
Yeah.
obviously
Oh, yeah.
the slapstick. It's
well,
like
and with a love interest that looks way more mature than him.
yeah,
yeah.
notably.
Also way more rich than him too.
Also
so I feel
that,
like it's that's also another Disney thing where it's kind of like
the good guy always prevails in
Yeah.
everything that he tries to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
but to Nathan's point though, other than the story beats, this movie by technical standpoints, watching it, cinematography side of things, all feels a little too high budget for Disney property. I mean,
yeah.
because my brain goes Brink, and then my brain goes The Greatest Game Ever Played, and I'm like, one of those is a very
Yeah.
real movie.
Okay,
One of
you're
those,
exactly right.
Disney
Yes.
movies and Disney Channel movies
I
are
know,
two different
I know,
things.
but this is
Well, I thought I was told that this was a Disney Channel.
no, this is
No.
a Disney movie,
I
which was my
asked if it was a
loophole.
Disney Channel movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that all aside, it's less Disney Channel, definitely more Disney,
Okay.
definitely
that,
Shadow.
that changes the context because the whole time I was
Yeah.
watching, I was like, "There ain't no way
This
this."
never aired on Disney.
Yeah.
This wasn't no teenager would have given a shit about.
They're like,
this
why am I
movie."
watching this movie? This movie's for adults
Yeah.
on Disney.
No, you can't do it right. You just do.
Yeah,
you can
half of them
wiggle
just did this little number
Yeah.
and said, "Can I get my paycheck now?"
They just
Yeah.
they Wu-Tang there, yeah.
It's like, remember, you're supposed to be drawing Mickey's ears.
And then they're
I don't even know what the
like,
fucking Mickey is. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna sign my name in cursive, you know.
Yeah.
And then they just always turned into a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
I will say though, here's a funny thought I had during this film. I was like, man, it feels like Shia LaBeouf knew how to act and then stopped acting from like Transformers onwards, because like I don't know, it's like
Oh, you thought he could act in this movie?
relative. It's
Well-
all relative, right? Like him and Transformers onwards. I haven't seen him in Fury, so I'll hold right there. Honey Boy's the only other thing that comes to mind, and even that's a little.
An nymphomaniac.
Yeah.
Charlie
I thought
Countryman.
he did well enough in Honey Boy.
Yeah, Honey Boy wasn't bad. I don't think it was
Eye.
particularly great either.
He just seemed so like his character.
Yeah.
Flat.
In this
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is. Right. But he kind of does that well enough. He's just like this plucky. And to be fair, here's what
He doesn't act well like when things are getting into his head, I feel like.
Yeah,
Like, they
it's the
they
same-
shoot
Which I
to-
feel
like
like.
you can tell that that's like the angle they're about to take. Like, oh, like he's looking around. Like, oh, he's definitely in his head about things, but
It
it
doesn't
doesn't
come
It doesn't
across.
come across on
No.
like his face or anything.
The problem is,
Yeah.
and I agree, like, this movie is meant to just be like this kid's biggest villain isn't these professionals,
Mhm.
isn't the media, isn't really anybody in the film, because he can conquer all that.
It's his dad.
It's just his head.
Yeah.
And they go to that like 3 or 4 times, and it's like
Yeah.
by the second time you're like, all right, like I'm finished with this now, but like then it just keeps happening.
And even by the fourth time, he never really conquers it.
he
It's
never
just,
conquered it.
He
yeah.
just kind of wins, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
like it just
I
works
feel like
out.
there was
yeah.
more development for the Varden guy.
Yeah.
His like
Yeah.
internal.
and
stuff.
there's something to be said about
like
him.
yeah the freaking like
The men with the top
the
hats.
top hat wizard.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
Yeah.
that's when you're just seeing like no trees.
the four
just
horsemen
flat.
of Top Hat Death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, at the very beginning, that was supposed to be his, like, big,
Yeah.
rival, or big villain, I guess,
Mhm.
too. And I could have also done without that, I guess. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you got to see both of these worlds sort of colliding, trying to just win this thing, which meant way more to one than the other one.
Mhm.
Like, Harry Varden was just sent there.
Yeah, I mean,
whoever
I
the
was
hell that guy
expecting
was.
this story was going to take like some kind of twist where, like, in the last moments, he's like, "I'm gonna give it to him."
Mhm.
You know,
He
like,
wanted
I'm-
him to
I'm-
win at the end. Like, he
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was like game, respect, game at the end, which I really...
Yeah, but
Right.
One of my
like,
favorite-
he definitely never seemed like he was wanting to like give up.
No.
He didn't want to
Yeah.
give up the greatest title, but he was also kind of proud to have somebody at his level. I
He
think,
wanted
right?
that
Yeah.
kid to, like, succeed, but like you said, he didn't want to lose either.
Yeah.
One of my
It's-
favorite shots of the entire movie was like whenever it was the second time that Harry Varden starts to watch him. The first time he flubbed the shot.
Oh, so when everybody looks,
Yes.
no, that is a great shot.
that
I
was
will
an
say.
immaculate shot. Everyone's
He
head
hits
just
the ball,
turns.
everybody's turning. Varden's
Oh,
just
yeah,
staring
just
at him.
staring
right.
straight
Yeah,
at
Just
that
like
was a good
those,
shot.
just like those four horsemen with the.
Yes.
Maybe he's just
With
trying
their
to be.
mustaches.
Yeah, I like to think that Varden and that part of it was trying to be like, I want to be your horseman. You know, like,
I mean, he was. He didn't even mean to be.
if he had a
was.
top hat on and like he just puts it on right before, I think it sells that scene. But this movie I know is based on true events, which means that they have buffer rooms for how things could happen.
Maybe the off course stuff
Right.
might have probably been dramatized.
Probably the
Like
I think it
dude
coming down to
shooting
the
a
last
line
roll.
drive through the forest.
Yeah.
For example.
right.
I think I read that it didn't come down to the last shot. Like it was.
It was
several
determined
strokes
several
before
Yeah, it
strokes.
was
that.
5 strokes. I think.
But
he
it's
was up.
sexier when it's the very
Exactly.
last
Oh,
one.
But it
yeah.
was
I
a
think that's the
playoff.
acceptable thing to change in a movie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well-
It makes it more exciting.
So here's the thing
Yeah.
too about common golf, like nowadays versus back then.
I'm
They
here for this.
said,
I'm a history lesson.
Yeah.
Just-
All
well,
right.
so back then it was full 18 rounds,
Mhm.
which is just par for the course, no pun intended.
But,
But now it is sudden death. So therefore,
Oh, as soon as they whiff, the game's
yes,
done.
if one guy gets a 5, one guy gets a 4, nowadays it's over. It could
GG.
be the first shot, or it could be the first game,
Yeah.
first hole, whatever.
Like
But
they actually stopped the game.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
over now.
Well,
Yeah.
he's talking about like if you're tied up going into like
Yeah.
a like over.
Oh,
Yes.
You know how they went into round 3,
Okay.
and it was supposed to be
That
an
makes
all
more
British.
sense for why that other guy stopped playing. Because wasn't that in the
Yeah.
other
Yeah,
game too?
he's
and,
like, well,
and
I've
for
lost
whatever
it.
reason, he just opted out. You don't
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he
But-
still could have like things could have gone sour enough that he could have come back. But
Sure.
it was
Right.
just like,
I feel like he gave up too early.
Yeah, I mean, but
thought
we-
so
7
too,
holes
but I guess
left
he
or something.
We don't know how
far
many.
enough behind.
Right, we don't know
that
how
he
many
would
swings
have
that
won.
in reality he's hitting in that forest because you know he hits the one.
That
and
is
then,
true.
And then he's just
He
in.
coulda-
God damn! You know, like,
You just hear frap,
Yeah.
frap.
I'm just imagining he's full Jeff or Jim. Or who am I thinking? Big guy. In Big Lebowski when he's smashing the car.
Oh gosh.
Uh,
John
Goodman, thank you.
Where's
Yeah.
the money?
Right.
Or
This is
whatnot.
what happens when you
Yeah.
fuck a stranger, and they get, like I just imagine that's him in the like forest after like the
Same
seventh
body
swing.
type, yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that character. Really quick, I just want to point
Ted
out.
Ray, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Ted
yeah,
Ray.
he was fun.
He was great.
Ted Ray's funny. He punches the snobby guy in the
Can
face.
hardly understand him.
Not a word. No, the one line where it's like, how'd you sleep? Like, oh, like a baby. Woke up, cried every 2 hours.
Yep.
That was great.
I was like, that's a
He,
great line.
he was like the king of one-liners under
Yeah.
his breath in this movie.
Mm.
He didn't speak much at all.
Yeah. One thing I like, but I do admit is like objectively lazy, is the antagonists of the film are just old, rich white people,
Oh, for sure.
and how easy
The
that
antagonist
is.
of the real world.
Yes, I mean a little too real for me even now, but God, they're so easily.
This is
hateable.
Massachusetts in 1913,
yeah.
where you
Where-
have privilege and you have people that live across the street,
Yes.
which is what the guy's dad was saying like all along. Like they'll never let you cross that street.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing around here. It's like being like across the tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. Right.
You have like a certain side, then you have the other side.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But,
We're over 100 years from the initial date of this movie. Not much has changed in that one specific
but
way. Right.
very easy villain to
Yeah.
portray
Everybody's
on a film.
everybody's so mustache twirlingly evil British
Yeah.
or
well,
evil rich,
especially the British
especially
people.
the British.
Dude,
Right.
what about the shot like whenever they were talking?
So the
and-
oyster slurping one?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well, I'm talking about like whenever they're playing pool and like it's
Oh,
like
the
the prime
initial one.
minister,
Yeah.
and then they're talking about who's gonna go win the Open, and then the
Alright.
guy's blowing like cigarette rings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
They-
the cigarette ring goes right around the ball.
Just so
Yeah.
many weird like choices.
But
I'm
it's
into
like
that
it's
one.
like
I don't know.
textbook though. Like it is like if you had to write a villain, the two things you do, right? You make them like mustache
British.
twirling Britishly evil, or you have them rape somebody because it's just the easiest way to make them bad. Anything that happens bad to this character is valid, right? So you know, you went to school for that. That's what they taught. So,
Yeah.
rapists,
Those were the two
rape,
options.
rapists, and rich white people (parentheses double points if British), you know, are the most hateable people on the planet. But it's executed well enough. I hate these characters, like the characters who are looking down on everybody and doing that. I'm like, all right, fuck you. Good
So
job, movie.
especially like Homegirl's brother that like
Oh yeah.
just was so snobby to him, but
Oh, the one who-
somehow like was perfectly fine, wanting him to win at the end.
Right. Which,
Sarah's
yes,
brother,
Sarah's brother.
whatever.
Yeah.
The one who beat him out in the amateur.
In the amateur the year before.
The amateur one year before, and then he takes a year off.
Which crippled me. Like that was like I did not want him to lose that
No.
match.
There, I mean, there's a lot of, to me, most of this movie, every time he, like, flubs something or does bad, I'm just like, how many times are you going to show this? Like,
Yeah.
I don't like any time this happens.
No.
I'm annoyed at it every time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, oh, it's got to happen, but, like, man, just, I don't care.
And that was like the move for them though, right? And,
Right.
Like, it
Oh,
just
yeah.
got so it's same thing with the mental thing where you're just
Yeah,
like
it's like, oh, he's getting in his head.
Oh.
He's definitely going to, like, there's no unexpected flub.
Yep.
President Taft. Yeah, no, everything is
Oh,
very
yeah.
phrased out on that one. President Taft's there. I'm gonna blow my load.
Yeah.
You know, and then he's
what
whips
the
him
fuck,
there.
President Taft? Like
Yeah.
why would you do that?
Well,
Stay back.
Stay back, bro. Yeah, he has this like squad of goons
And he's
over here.
literally
but-
like he's wanting all these people to succeed, but he's obviously a pretty big character. You know,
Yeah.
in their eyes
Right.
at the time. Like I don't know.
I'll say this though. This was a movie that, for at least the first half, it spends a little bit more time in it afterwards. Felt like it was doing its best to hide golf from us. It was so much more about talking up the golf, but not showing the golf.
It's about the home life a little bit too.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. I think that's like, I mean, if you're talking about it being a sports movie, there's an objective argument to say like, how much of the sport do you show, and how do you make it sexy, right? And golf isn't particularly sexy.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know.
definitely
I mean,
not.
that's what all
It's a
the CG
2-hour
was.
movie.
Right.
You don't want more golf than it already has.
Exactly, right. And-
Well, then, yeah, that's a great point. I can promise you, if I showed you a water polo movie, like you're probably not gonna want much water polo.
Right,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I
you
wanna
want
see
a
them
track movie. Like, you're not
Hardcore practicing
Yeah.
until they're everything is
You
bleeding.
don't want nothing but underwater shots.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But,
Right.
But you're right. Like golf is not a sexy sport, so
No.
therefore you almost have to have some of those CGI moments some of those
I
like
thought
the
they did
costume
fine with
design.
all the actual golf.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was
yeah.
great.
I think
The
by the time
ball that's like that looks 800 years old.
Yeah.
It's like dimply but goes outward instead of inward.
Right.
I don't know.
I think by the time they really start putting golf front and center, by the time they're in the U.S. Open, I'm like, okay, this is good enough. Like, that's fine. I feel like the first half of the movie, they were like, it felt like they were trying to hide the golf. You know, they were like, oh, shit, we can't have golf this much of the movie. And then I just kept remember thinking, like, the weird metaphor in my head that I keep coming back to, I was just like, huh. I mean, Warrior just would have had a fight here.
So that's what I was
you
gonna
know,
say.
like,
yeah, like
yeah.
Warrior does balance that really well. Where
Right.
you don't want people just bashing each other's heads in all the time.
No,
you
you
want
got
some of the drama. You
human
want some of
drama.
the yeah.
And then they do the human drama in the fights as well
Yeah,
with this one. Where
that's
golf,
true.
it's just kind of like, the one scene with Vardo staring at him or whatever, and then
And that's the thing. This is an individual
sport. Yeah.
Like, this
Yeah.
is a totally different thing. This is the
Well, it's not
this is-
different from fighting.
Right. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
Two
you have
men
an opponent-
masturbating in the corners of the cage, and whoever gets to go first is the winner, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean it is a hey, it's me against me
Yeah.
against me in this way, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could say it's like just you trying to beat your best.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're not
But
against
you are
somebody like in a
but
fight.
You
yeah,
are
but you are
teamed up.
competing against other people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they can in no way actually affect you.
well,
Wow.
they kinda
The putt.
can.
Yeah.
And the putt is like as soon as they said, "Oh, do you want an all British Open?" and like they like winked at each other.
Yeah,
I was like, "There's no way someone's gonna be able to like pinpoint that exact shot." I
Oh,
don't know.
No.
honestly, I bet you
That one's
could.
easier. Yeah.
I bet you could.
Mason,
Maybe.
you golf enough. That's possible.
They were like I don't know, 15 yards out. Like I
No,
don't know.
but by the time they're all on the green, I think that they
Yeah.
could. Yeah, I mean Vardo. I mean we're talking about the pound for pound best
The European
golfer
best
in
golfer,
Europe,
yeah.
objectively ever, depending on some historians. You know,
But you know what? Now they have ball markers.
do they?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's-
no, I don't
That's
know. I
the
don't
thing.
play
Like
this
back
game.
then, like sure, like whatever. I guess they
Loosey-goosey.
didn't believe that. Their tees were also made of sand instead
Yeah.
of little wooden spikes. I did think the tees were cool.
That was
Yeah.
really interesting. I didn't know that.
But yeah, now you have ball
do
markers, so
that.
you literally can't affect the other person. It's all up here.
Oh.
All it is, and you are playing with them.
Yeah.
So you are walking
Right.
alongside them, sure, but or the whenever the one guy pulls out the iron, it was Harry
Oh,
Vardon
and
had
then
the
he
iron
switches-
pulled out,
Right,
yeah.
and
Like,
then he does the iron, then he switches back out, and
Yeah.
he's like, "You idiot!"
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him for a minute.
Which one?
The guy from Philadelphia.
Oh,
I think his name
the
was, like-
champion, right?
Yeah,
the
the
current.
guy was like, "You're not taking this trophy
Oh,
back home."
yeah.
Fun fact: he is a cop in Super Troopers and a part of the Spursbury
Yeah,
he
Police.
is.
He is.
Yeah. As soon as I saw him, I'm like, "What are you doing in here?"
Yeah. He was the guy that gets the girl, wasn't he?
No, he's part of the bad cops, right? He's
Oh.
one of the cops where he's talking to
gotcha.
Ursula, and he's just like, "Ursula, what the shit? You didn't put any toilet paper back on the roll." And he's got the, he's a ginger. So anyway, it's not the.
Oh,
point.
it was him. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
he's that one. Yeah, and I can't see him in anything but Super Troopers because I've
You're
watched
right.
Super
I
Troopers
knew he
hundreds of
looked
times.
familiar.
So him getting angry and aggressive with everybody, I was just like, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
character I know.
Yeah.
And he's terrible at golfing and he fails, and then I'm like, yeah, that's the character I know.
Dude
I-
was looking dapper the whole time. Though.
He was though.
He was.
He was out there soaking wet.
He was well dressed during the rain scenes where they're all on the ground, like all
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Man, like on the area, landed out.
I love it.
Speaking of being well dressed, I really enjoyed the costumes in this movie,
Shock.
especially the hats.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there were
Yes.
so many good hats in this
Well,
movie.
And even like Francis Ouimet's like dad, like even
Yeah.
like that style
Oh,
of like
yeah.
poverty. Or,
Oh,
like,
even that poverty look in the
Yeah.
1912s, kind of sexy though,
Honestly,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Let me
no,
have some of
seriously,
that.
like if men dressed today the
Like
way they
poor
dressed,
men in the 1900s.
like if you dress like a rich man in the early 1900s, you're looking good.
That's
if
great.
you dress like a poor man in the early 1900s, you still look
Still
good.
looking great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
rich men today are just barely passable. You
Yeah,
know, like no
yeah,
one dresses
yeah.
like really
Polos
well.
now, right? It's
Right? Like
or
nobody wants a
button-up
polo.
t-shirts.
Give me some suspenders,
Yep.
Yeah,
guys.
yep.
Like
Give me something to play
Slacks,
with. Yeah. No suspender string girl over here, this Annabeth. She's like, I want something to
No,
just-
no.
She
I
wants
just
something
think
to grab onto.
they
Yeah.
just look nice.
Uh-huh.
Men's fashion in this time period looked so good.
I agree.
If you want to catch more on Annabeth's thoughts on men's
Oh,
fashion,
gosh.
follow the podcast.
I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine how long it would take half that stuff to dry after being
Oh
my
raised
God,
out on the
forever.
course
It's
because
layers.
Yeah,
like,
because it was probably like all cotton.
or wool,
Yeah.
There's no
like or
Yeah,
something
wool.
that's
To your
just
skin.
Yeah.
oh man, or
But
the
it
stench
looked
in that
good.
locker room. I couldn't imagine it.
Yeah. Before deodorant. Was
Before
invented.
deodorant was really
Yeah.
it, you know.
We're talking
Also,
point.
the hair, like the ladies' hairstyles,
Mm.
so
Oh,
pretty.
because it still has that like Victorian style.
Very
yes,
Downton
exactly
Abbey,
that
yeah.
Edwardian, like Victorian, both kind of.
Yeah, that like hybrid modern.
I agree.
Such good hair and costuming in this movie.
Annabeth was born in the wrong decade.
I was.
Wrong
Well, actually, wrong. Yeah, I mean, wrong
century.
Really?
Wrong
there
century.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were born in the right century.
I was. Well, yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
We're so
I
old. We were
could've
born
been-
in the late 1900s.
It's true.
Is what the young kids like to say,
Uh-huh.
and I hate them for that. So, anyways, if you're a Zoomer, that wasn't aimed at you. Anyways, so really quick, I want to talk about Dad.
Yeah.
All right, this Dad, I'm not gonna lie, totally in the right
Mm,
for
no.
the first 3/4 of the movie.
No.
Hey, Okay, so he starts out and he says, "All right, listen, I'm a working man. We're poor people, and you want $50 to go play at your trading card game or whatever he does, right? You know,
Go play Final Fantasy.
To go play
card
Final
game.
Fantasy
Kind of an equivalent.
on a
Yeah.
competitive level." And I said, "Yes." And I don't know if you guys know, $50 in 1912 was
Oh,
probably
that's
like
Oh yeah,
ridiculous.
a
that was
lot of
of
money. Right. And he's like, "Are you
It
gonna
was
make
enough money
money?"
where rich people knew it would keep poor people away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was enough to paywall them out.
Yeah.
And he was like, "And you want that to go not make money?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right, okay." And, you know, he's like wanting the mines. They're calling his kid right now, and
Yeah.
he's just like, "We'll do it, but if you fuck this up, if you suck, I don't raise sucks. I raise people who make money in this home because we're poor. Then you got to get to work. This is your make it all in. Go all in. We're doing it." And the son's like, "Hell yeah, brother. Let's go." And then he chokes, like, just fails.
Yeah.
Terrible.
They're
Blows like.
literally by like an inch.
I mean,
But
yeah.
you know what?
And his dad didn't. Well, unless it was
Uh,
off camera, didn't even ask. Like he could have lost by 100 strokes, and his dad would not have known the difference because he just walked in and walked upstairs, and his dad said, "Okay,
Do you think?
guess I got what I want."
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, but here's the thing.
he's not.
Homeboy agreed. Homeboy agreed. He said, "All right, you know what? I
Under
appreciate
some
the
pretty
gesture."
Strict conditions. though.
Strict times, man. It's 1912. I
Yeah,
just
but
afforded these
I-
sexy
To
clothes.
say that you can never play the game
Again.
ever
Yeah,
again
that
is
was ridiculous. He
But-
could have said, "I'm not going to give you any more money,",
money
and that
for
would
it.
have been perfectly
Yeah.
valid. But he said, "You can never play golf again."
Which is
Yeah.
where it's like
like,
wild.
okay, typical Disney.
Well, then he
dad.
shouldn't have agreed. I don't know, man. Listen,
He didn't sound like
he's
he was
over
given
here.
much of a choice.
He's over here carving roads or digging mines or whatever.
not
the
sure what he
dad's doing.
does.
Yeah, I don't know.
He
what
keeps loading up a cart.
Yeah, I know.
Goes somewhere. I don't
Yeah.
know what he's doing.
I really don't know what
It's
this
got to
is.
be them like digging underground roads.
Yeah.
because
Or
it's not like they're
plowing a
mining
field.
coal or
No.
something with
Yeah.
like that close to like the
Not in
exit of
Boston
the mine.
either,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
Yeah.
oh, we got this fresh mine
Mm,
going.
yeah. Although it might as well be, you know what I mean? He
Doesn't
comes
come
home like
that dirty.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
he comes home like coal miner dirty.
dirty. Yeah,
Yeah.
they paint that impression. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that the deal is fair, but the son takes the deal, and to be fair, the deal, while not in Shy's favor, is generous for their family. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
wildly generous. So I think Dad is in the right, and then what does this son do? He goes on to be the best fucking golfer ever. What a
For 1
terrible
year.
son, you know. Also, and I know it's based on true events, but for mentally, I do have a hard time adjusting to. Okay, so we have, mind you, U.S. Open with pro players of the best in the world up here, amateur level tournament, and you know,
Caddies.
yeah, caddies. And Shy whiffs here, and I get it, he's good, but he whiffs here. So I mean, he's of a level, and then he fumbles his way into the U.S. Open, which is, you know, WrestleMania by
Well-
wrestling standards, and wins the title
So
under everybody. And that part
here's
is a
the
big
thing.
leap.
No, so you say big leap, and I
Yeah.
totally get it. In golf, this happens a ton.
Okay.
You hear a ton of different, just no names that are like rising to the top.
Uh-huh.
They're hot.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's what this sport is.
And they just blow people
Yeah,
out on their
because
good
you know
times. I have no idea.
it's an individual sport.
Ugh, I
You
hate
don't
this.
have
Yeah.
somebody on the other end of the ring knocking your teeth out
Yeah.
that's been doing it for 10 years. You have a golfer that's just simply hot. He's just rolling.
You remind me
I
why I don't
promise you.
enjoy golf. No, I believe you. I believe this
that's,
happens.
And that,
but
to me, I can sit there and watch golf just because of it. But you hear about these names of like this guy that's from Florida and then this guy from Wyoming, and you're like, where the hell did he come from?
right.
It happens.
These
all
bums
the
rise up
time.
all the time in this sport.
All the time.
I think
Now,
I think
this
the underdog
kid-
part is cool.
Yeah.
I wish that he'd fought the large Irishman, I presume. You know,
Fought him.
Ted Ray?
Yeah, I want him and Ted Ray.
You want him and Ted Ray to go
Right.
toe to toe?
Pound for pound, I think Ted Ray's got him, but you
also,
know,
he's not Irish. He's from Jersey.
Yes.
Oh, he is from Jersey.
And boy, did he
yeah.
want everyone to know it.
Mhm.
He
Yeah,
said it was all fine
Shouldn't
until he
have
mentioned
brought Jersey
but
into
he's
it.
bringing the Brit, but he's also Team Brit, so
No, he's from the island.
Ireland.
Of
Oh,
Yeah,
Ireland.
Jersey.
There's an island.
I'm the.
That's part of
Well,
Britain.
where they're in Boston and they start
I
talking
didn't
about
know that
Jersey, and I
either.
kept getting confused.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
couldn't understand hardly anything
Yes,
he was
and half the
saying,
things he
so-
says I don't understand. So
No, but to your point, you're
yes,
exactly right. It's,
yeah.
it's too much of a leap from the bottom of the bottom to the top.
especially if you don't know golf culture like me.
But
Yeah.
that is
Well, and
his
for him
home
to
course.
to have been handed an opportunity.
Yeah.
Just
After a year
almost
of
out of the
passive
blue,
plus.
like man comes up while he's like working in a
Mhm.
golf shop and it's like, hey, I've been looking for you.
You
I
specifically.
want you to be in this.
Right.
Well, because he had the guy who believed in him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like recommended him.
And also, he worked on the course. He was a caddy. He knew the course front and back. It
He
was
did.
across the street from his house.
Uh-huh.
And so he got to play on it twice, one of which was the U.S. Open.
You know, talking about like the family being poor though, they got a house across the street from a
From
golf
a golf
course.
That's different now.
Yeah,
That's way different
Yeah,
now.
like what I was gonna say, it's like it's very funny because nowadays that means you got a nice
That means
property.
you're
Like
loaded.
they might have
Right.
been poor, but by the time they sold that house, that land was worth a
Mm.
lot.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
Jill's point, I would like to think that a lot of this movie is true. They might have like overdone some things, but
Yeah.
I fully believe that he was within walking range of that course.
Yeah, he could spit
As a
at that
kid.
range
To
as a
be fair,
kid.
we're within walking range of course too.
That's true. You
and
guys
that's a
are
nice course.
loaded.
That's a country
Yeah.
club. Yeah.
$50 is nothing to you
Except
guys.
only one vacuum that works, but that's okay.
Only
you
the
guys
one.
are gonna figure it out.
Maybe
Yeah.
together one. Like
Yeah.
half
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Half of that.
And they can't afford for Jill to go to the doctor, but you know, but $50
Healthcare's
is
too
nothing.
expensive, man.
It's okay.
She's been
Halls
down
is
in
gonna
the
take
mine,
care of it.
that's
why
Dr.
she's
Halls
probably
has
like
got
the
it.
black line.
Life as an individual sport. in this
Yes,
house.
yes.
Life
Golf.
is-
There's no like
It's
you don't
not-
help each
It's
other.
no team communism in this house.
You don't have an opponent.
Yeah, that's not true. It's Jill versus Jill's immune system right now.
Death is the opponent.
Yeah,
Death is the
and,
Always.
and her immune system is Ray, whatever his name is, the big fighting Jerseyman. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Also, Dad was like, "Oh, you got to move out of the house," and he's like, "All right, fine," and then he just doesn't.
Well,
Like-
he does say after this is over,
Yeah.
find a different place
It's a
to
3-day
live.
span.
But do you
So-
think Dad still makes him move out of the house even though he won? Because
No.
I think he does. I think he's a man
Did
too
you miss
stubborn.
the
Oh,
last,
yeah,
like,
money
4
lives,
minutes?
Like,
Yeah.
find your
Yeah,
own-
here's $1, find a new house.
Here's
Yeah.
your first month's rent. Get out.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
no, he absolutely made because I mean
Yeah.
he made such a big deal about like you're not carrying
Right.
through with your promise.
He's very
like,
prideful.
You promised me.
Yes,
He's very
yeah.
prideful.
I mean, if I were him,
Yeah,
I'd
you're out.
do the same. Like, nah,
No.
like I said what I said.
Yeah.
You're doing this.
You saw how heated he was. He was like, "Did you know that you're not even gonna get a dime for this?" Which is
Right.
also outrageous because now, obviously,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
one of the highest making sports in a single 4-day span.
All right.
But like, yeah, back then I guess you didn't make much. It was
Valid
just a-
concern. I mean, that's why they're
Yes.
donating. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, honestly, if you're gonna get passed around probably $80. Well, I think the reason they were just throwing dollars at it is because he was an amateur American,
Yeah.
and it was on
He
the
took it home
line.
for the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
We
And
were
he was
about to
this
get
close
Brited.
to not
I
being.
think he was trying to give it all to Eddie though.
He was,
Yeah, but
Who became
yeah.
a multi-millionaire.
Yes.
From all those dollar bills.
From
Yeah.
$82
That was my
bills.
favorite part, and it's why I had to look up facts about the movie. Because like,
Yeah.
no way.
No
Did
way.
you see
This.
all the
Actually
pictures?
real.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pictures were neat.
And that kid went on to be the leader of Microsoft. You know, like
Yeah.
that's
So he was one of the pallbearers for Francis Ouimet back in
Aw.
'67.
that makes sense.
Yeah, at his
Yeah.
at his funeral. So
That's a. I
Pretty
mean,
neat.
that's a good kid.
Yeah.
When did that kid die?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
don't know.
loved the kid.
because that's what Nathan
Kid was
wants to know.
great.
He
He
was
can't
great.
stand children.
Easy
So.
peasy
Sometimes
lemon
there's
squeezy.
like an annoying kid sidekick in a movie, and
Yeah.
you're like, this was unnecessary. But this kid, I loved this kid.
Most
He
of the
was so
time,
fun.
the side character, whether it be like the chicken in Moana, or it's
Yeah.
it's always a very like honestly outrageous and stupid sort of entity.
Mhm.
But this one was good.
This one was so good.
was-
I feel it's still like you feel like shoved in though.
But he
He
was a
does
real
come out of
person, so
Yeah, I mean he was. Actually
He does come
there,
out of nowhere
but
with
the movie does feel like they just forced
yeah,
him to be
because he
there.
was only there like
right. It's like him and his brother, right?
Yeah, his brother.
Him and his brother comes
Didn't
show
Jack.
up.
Jack, yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say this kid feels organic. If you told me this is 1912 or 1913 in the in Boston,
Mm.
and this kid's a little grifter, and I'm like skipping school, and I'm like, oh yeah, this kid 100% knows
Oh,
this
yeah.
game. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Northeast grifters are built different, man. They're wild.
He
so.
knows how to get around the truant officer.
It's yeah.
I mean, you go back like just 2 generations. Kids skipping school
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go forward
Like,
2 generations and
my
he's
grandfather
skipping
loved
school.
to tell stories about how often he was just skipping out to go to the pool halls and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Love it.
like absolutely.
I love telling stories about just skipping school. One time I walked right past my professor that I was gonna see right in that next period, and I said, "We're not going." We just walked out. But she was so sick of our shit. She was just like, "They're seniors. I don't care. I don't want to deal with it." Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Miss Dow. But anyways, all right. Any other miscellaneous thoughts? What? Did Vardo feel like the? I keep thinking like Vardos. is
Vardo.
like his
You mean
name.
Stannis?
Yeah.
Stannis
It
Baratheon?
is Stannis. Thank
Is
you.
it?
Yeah.
That's why he's
Oh.
familiar.
I know.
Harry Varden.
It was on the
his
tip of
name.
my tongue the
Yeah.
entire time. Like, which actor is this? Yeah.
Harry Varden.
Fewer. That man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harry Varden. He feels like a great mega boss though. I like him as like
And look-
I like him as the main antagonist,
And
not
what
the
we were
main
talking
villain.
about, like by the end, everyone was on this kid's side. Even
Yeah.
like the British guy that like came over with them to like journal it and
Mhm.
everything.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
to be like the.
The journalist one.
Yeah.
It's a ham
I
of
mean,
the whole
no,
story.
he was sold after the first day. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. And again, it might have been Hollywood, but
The
it
rich
just-
oyster one wasn't sold on him. He
Oh,
said,
hell
no.
he's trash.
No,
He's
he
a
still
poor
isn't. He
Yeah.
probably died going.
He
up
died
against
being.
him.
He was garbage. I
Yeah.
could have beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a one-off. It was a one-shot scrub. What do you mean?
Now, them being like that, I can totally believe.
100%. Yeah.
You got to bring it home to Britain because we have to beat those Americans. You know, like,
We're
that's
still
very
like this
much-
now.
Yeah.
We still
Yeah.
have that blind national. I mean, here's the thing. If you ask me, Dylan, what's your thoughts on America, real quick? I'm like,
Yeah.
you know.
And you're
Bring
from here.
sports into it instead of like go America.
Yeah.
It's
Right?
huge.
Yeah,
and
like
think
look at the Olympics.
Yeah.
And
Never
the
more
only time
patriotic
people are
than-
really patriotic.
Yeah.
And also think about it from this perspective. That man had enough money and enough interest in the sport of golf that he's like, I'm going to pay to
Yeah.
take you somewhere so that you win this golf tournament.
Mm.
Yeah.
You are my
Like I just
puppet.
like
Yeah.
and well, I wouldn't even necessarily say puppet. Like just like I'm invested in this sport. Like if you had a sport that you were really keen on and you
Yeah.
had the kind of money to be like, I'm going to buy this team
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to make them go over here and play and win this championship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
You're
that
right.
still happens. Like
100%.
Yeah.
buy
Oh,
Or
yeah.
because they
Yeah.
have too much
Cuban-
money and they're
Yeah.
just like, I
Bought
want
the
to
Knicks.
bet. It's essentially gambling in a
Yeah.
weird way because you're buying an entire franchise. You're putting them on the board and you're like, you guys better win or else. And then like
Who did Mark Cuban buy as one? The New York teams, right?
Dallas Mavericks.
Oh,
he owns the
Mavericks. Yeah, that's what.
Um,
When you have so much money, you just buy people.
you
Nothing's
do.
changed.
This guy owned Harry Varden for 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, in a way.
And he's like, you have to listen to me slurp these oysters.
Oh my god.
Oh, the
Yeah,
slurping.
that was gross.
It was super gross.
Yeah. The last thing I'll mention on this is the score. I know it was like the same like tune over and over and over, and I don't know if you guys remember it, but it's seriously like one of my favorites just because it's very upbeat, very fast
With
paced.
the score of the game.
I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Oh no, that
Yeah.
also did keep going up.
That
We
did.
got that from all of the transitions and the animations between the scenes, but yeah. But yeah, we can get into that then.
Fat, thin, perfectly fit shape of the movie. We'll start with Jill.
I thought I was a little bit thin, honestly. Probably because there's too much golf. I wanted more story.
Mhm.
One or more people.
Like I feel like there could have been.
I feel like that makes it both fat and thin.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Maybe a little bit less golf, a little bit more story.
Too much of one thing, not enough of another.
Yeah.
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 Annabeth.
Yeah, it did feel like the first half was all story and the second half was all golf.
Mm.
So probably could have been distributed better, but I think it's basically fit because it had both. I didn't necessarily want less golf because it is a movie about golf. So I think any more golf would have been too much, but I like the way they kept it interesting with the different, like, I want to say like the Mind Palace shots, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I like that they,
Vardo can see through the world
like,
and find
that's
that.
the style of
And it
golf
kept
brain.
it
that
kept
they went with.
introducing you to more like old school golf things, like the
Yeah.
ball, how the greens looked, and like
Yeah.
at one point young Francis Ouimet said like, "Oh, it's a Brassy." Like
Yeah.
you got
Oh,
to
yeah.
see the golf club, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it is a Brassy, I guess."
Mhm.
Anyways, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Expect me to know what that means.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
In
know.
today or then.
You
I think
know,
it
you
was
learn a
supposed
little
to
bit
be-
about golf.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like slang. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say it's more or less fit.
Hmm.
Nathan?
Yeah, I guess it's fit. 2 hours seems kind of long for what this is, but yeah, I don't really know what I'd cut.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the runtime's fit, the content is thin. I wanted to see Big Ray fight Francis Amoy.
Why him? Why him?
Because I think they'd have a friendly
Let
fight.
him fight the guy from Super Troopers.
No,
Like,
that's not a fair fight.
Neither one of them matter.
Because he's not too mad at that guy, right? Although he does say, I think we should kill him at
Or
one
it looks like
point.
we're gonna have to kill him.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, like, Jesus, this is a Disney film. You know, I'm over here like, man, they would have never said that in Brink. But, yeah, I don't know. I wanted more violence. Mason?
Oh no, this movie is very fit. I
Yeah.
think it's. I love the fact that it is a little bit more story based in the beginning.
Mhm.
You kind of get some of those developing characters, and even like the ballroom scene where he meets, like I guess the love interest. And that's another thing. There is no real love interest here.
No.
Okay, I mean it is a
Well, it's
it
the
is
love of the game.
She's
Uh-huh.
definitely the love it. Well, yeah.
She's
But
a love
the
tease.
love
She's-
interest is the game.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
she is just absolutely sprinkled in this movie. It is not
Well,
about
she's there
her.
because every movie needs a love
Needs-
interest.
Right.
Right. I wonder if she was even a real person or if they just invented a love interest.
I mean,
That-
maybe.
I mean, honestly.
He had a lot
probably
going on
true.
in his head. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
He invented
Well,
the girl
no,
on
I
the
mean
set.
within
Yeah.
the movie she was a real person, but I mean, did she even was that
Maybe.
even a thing
Yeah, I don't
in
know.
his real life?
No, you know what? I don't think it is because it's so haphazardly thrown in there.
Yeah, I think
And it does sound a little
it does
too.
underscore like the class divide and everything.
there was
because he
Right.
wants to be with the rich girl, well, not because she's rich,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
it creates more
To
conflict.
be fair, rich girls who hate their parents love poor kids. I can confirm that. I've dated so many art
Joanna
majors who are that.
from Edward.
Yeah, Edward Sister.
the other one.
Sweetie
Sweetie
Todd.
Todd.
That's not too far of a different movie, to be fair.
No.
Like, yeah,
but I do think that like
Edward Scissorhands.
the movie's
Rich
been-
girl.
I hate my
love
rich
men
father
with
and his oysters.
The best thing about the girl was it gives Shia like just a second to have personality.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all that was flushed out.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, he was so fun in the ballroom
Yeah.
scene when he was
I don't know where the rest
pretending
of that was.
to be a
Yeah.
big shot.
Yeah.
Well,
He
was-
had some.
was
He
great.
had dialogue, but I still feel like he didn't have like.
Facial expressions.
Charisma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that
yeah.
and- well, he was belittled every
Every-
step of the. I mean, his mother, I think, was the only person besides his siblings. I think at one point he was sitting at like
Oh,
the
they were-
breakfast table
yeah.
and they were talking. But you're right. He is just clam the whole time. He's quiet. He doesn't
Clam
speak
chowder,
much.
you could say.
Honestly, New England clam chowder.
Ah.
But no,
In
it's
Boston?
very fit. Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, scores of the movie, not to be
Mm-hmm.
confused with score of the sound.
Mm.
of
Or
the
score of
movie.
the golf
or the
game.
score in
and
the
my
movie.
you
golf
know,
score?
it's golf, so the
Yeah.
lower the score, the better.
That's
Oh.
true. Oh, our
God.
inverse rules in effect.
Oh.
I'm so
Can-
scared.
I need a big glaring inverse rules for the.
I'm gonna spin this however it makes it look better for me.
That's fair. All right, dream big, Jill. Go ahead.
Well, with inverse scores, it makes me feel better for giving the score of a 6 because
Ooh, so that's on the higher end of the scale then.
yeah, I don't know if you want to call that low or high, but like it's above
Lower,
average
actually.
because like someone clearly cares about this movie a lot. Who was making it?
Mason.
Also,
Mason.
Mason really cares about
Literally
this movie.
me.
But someone who's making the movie really cares about it. Probably not Shia,
Yeah,
but somebody else.
the main actor definitely did.
Somebody.
And that's why I was saying, like, I feel like this was a pet project of some like Disney executive.
Yeah.
Like somebody wanted this made on
Mhm.
Disney's dime.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Somebody
like,
really loved golf.
It came through that someone cared about this movie, and it was like well done in that regard. But like,
Yeah.
do I care about this movie or golf?
No.
Not really.
Yeah.
So 6.
Sixaroo. On to you, Beth.
I'm gonna go with a 7. I
It's a
definitely
3.
think it was good. It's not like amazing good, but I really enjoyed it. I even teared up a little bit when his dad was there at the end. I was like, oh
That
my
was it.
gosh,
With his
Oh
$1.
my God.
with his dollar, and
Saying,
I was like,
this
okay,
is all
I
I'm giving
feel
you to move
things.
out of the home.
Yeah, no, it
This
did.
shit's done.
I laughed, I cried, I
Yeah.
enjoyed the hats. I'm gonna give this a solid 7.
Mm.
Of course, I don't remember what any of my scores from the other movies were, so I hope that's not like weirdly low.
We don't know
or
what 7 actually
comparable
means.
To
Yeah.
another like
I will-
worse movie.
I will gladly give you your scores now.
Yeah.
After
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
yeah, please do.
Oh,
Jeez.
gosh.
Nathan, what's your
Um,
score?
Inverted.
I'm not a golf guy. I like mini golf.
Yeah.
There was some of that.
Can we do like a parody of this movie about mini golf, or just a
Listen.
movie about mini golf in general,
We
in the
did
style
7
of like,
Days in Hell, and that's all I
Yeah.
can give you guys at the moment.
That's
Wait,
right.
is there really a movie about mini golf?
No.
Oh,
No,
Well, I
no,
mean, I'm
also-
sure there
Not
is
till we
a movie
make
about
one.
mini golf, but we have not reviewed it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we should make one.
I feel like that turns into a horror movie. I
Yeah.
think that's the
What?
only angle you take on a mini golf game. Is
Yeah.
it turns into a horror.
It
No,
does turn
it's
into
like
Five Nights
a-
at
It's like
Freddy's.
a Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Mhm.
I was thinking more of like Dodgeball, like a sports movie,
Mm.
but it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like
Ah.
really
That could
leaning
work,
into
too.
absurd sports.
Why not just do
sports
all of
movies.
the? We just take all of our visions and make the movie and
Yeah.
see how.
It's
It's
which-
like
yeah, see what we
Dodgeball
can
golf
make.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay. Anyway, what's your score?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still like it's not a bad time.
Yeah.
It's well made.
Mm.
Very detailed period piece with like all the set dressing and the locations. Like it seems like a movie that wasn't really concerned about sparing any expense. Like they would have scenes take place in a spot where no other scenes end up taking place there.
Oh,
you know,
for
it's
sure.
all done up.
In the
Quite
city,
detailed,
or like in
right.
a shop.
Yeah, like that's the
Yeah.
kind of stuff where I'm just like, this is a movie with the budget to do whatever it is they wanted to do to see exactly the vision that they were trying to execute on.
You think that was the Disney wallet kind of coming
Yeah,
out?
Mhm.
yeah, sure. I don't know. I mean, I still think I'd end up with like a 7 on it overall, though. Just mostly just because it's not really something I would be looking for, but I appreciate what they did with it.
Yeah.
I feel like you're saying that like 7's a bad score. I feel like 7's not a bad score.
I expected much worse from
Yeah,
Nathan.
we're
Yeah.
we're downplaying it because
Much
it's inversion
worse.
rules. It's actually a 3 by
Yeah.
the standards.
Yeah.
This movie is surprisingly charming. I don't care about golf either. It's like one of my least favorite things, actually, truly. Who even gets in any fights for real, which I think is nice. Happy Gilmore got that right, you know,
I
Bob
think I've had to
Barker.
explain golf a lot. This thing. Like, golf
Yeah.
doesn't really have violence.
No,
It's like, I don't know.
Every time I'm watching golf, I'm like, why doesn't the bigger one just win? You
When
know?
does somebody get hit?
Yeah,
There's not limits,
exactly.
But there's like these big clubs you can just beat on the
I
ground.
know,
Or
they
other
give them
people.
weapons.
These
There's
actually have
potential
length
for
too.
violence.
Like you
And
don't
then
even be close to them.
They gracefully hit this tiny little ball. Not for me. I don't know. Shia LaBeouf acted in this movie. I won't say it's great, but relative to Transformers, I feel like he brought more to the table, so that was kind of funny for me to think to myself. Big Roy, whatever his name is, he's charming.
Ted Ray.
I like
Big
Stannis
Roy.
in this film.
Stannis.
The Super Troopers reference guy, I think it's really funny to me. I was laughing throughout every one of his scenes just because I can't unsee him in that role, and then he flubs it and he just drops down dramatically, and I was like, of course he fails.
Mhm.
So this movie kept me engaged a little bit more than I thought it was going to. I thought I was going in with a lower bar, and that's probably why it leaps up a little higher. So, yeah, I think I'll be in line with most people and say this is probably a 7. Yeah, it's an average animated film score for me. So you know,
I feel like this is like almost 10 potential for Mason.
you know what?
Oh, really?
I would not
be
Is it
surprised.
there? Do we need to get
Based
the
on what I was
button
talking
out?
about. Do you want the button?
If you can find it, we don't know where the button's been for like the last little
That's
while.
okay. You don't have to grab it.
You don't need the button?
I don't need.
Okay,
it.
what's your score though?
Just short. Mason, top us off here. brother.
So this movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this culture. Is real.
Mhm.
You do have these snobby sort of people that kind of grow up in golf, grow up in money, and I've been roughly where the kid is, you know, in
Yeah.
a way of like, listen, dude, I just want to play the sport. Like, I'm not trying
I'm
to.
sorry, were you in the US Open?
Yeah.
What?
Not yet.
When
Not
was
yet.
that?
Still waiting for my call.
First of all, amateur cup.
Yeah, they're gonna come into the grocery store and be like, we got our eye on you.
You know?
Yeah.
No, but I think that this movie, just for everything that you guys are saying, it makes golf seem cool. It makes a fun story seem watchable, and it seems like, you know, you're not going to get too bored with it. Now, does it take a lot of crazy transitions and fun music, upbeat, side little characters that are 9 years old? Yeah, which I'm fine with all that. But I came into it with an 8 before I had watched it for this. And now it's at a 9.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love this
Yeah.
movie. I think it's so delightful. Did you say it was actually 2 hours? I didn't feel that.
It is
2
2
hours on the
hours.
dot.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's 2
I
hours.
didn't realize that at all.
1 hour story, 1 hour of golf. For those
Yeah,
keeping up at home.
honestly. And the thing, so I'm glad you mentioned it. So the second half of this movie, again, nowadays a normal golf tournament is Thursday, 1 round, Friday, 1 round, Saturday, 1 round, Sunday, 1 round. This was a Thursday, Friday, 2 rounds each. So they're playing 36 holes the first day, 36 holes the second day, and if there's a playoff, an entire 18. That crap's long gone.
Yeah.
On Sunday, if
many
there
games.
is any
Yeah.
ties, you just play sudden death. You start at 18, then you go back to hole 17, then you go hole back to hole.
Oh, they go back
16.
from the hardest hole
Oh, that's
backwards.
cool.
Well, they just go back from the.
Well, I
it
mean,
is
it's not
weird.
necessarily the hardest hole.
It's
Well,
just
yeah, the last hole, right, yeah.
And then they move
Well,
back.
it's just
to
because you're
17.
already there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
fair,
You get to play it again, essentially. So, but I thought that was really neat. You know, talking about what you kind of learn along the way,
Mhm.
and that's why I thought it was so weird. Like his scorecard at the end during the playoff, I was like, well, that would have been over as
Mhm.
soon as he went up one, but that's not how it was. So
Yeah.
I learned something too.
No, they're like, you're gonna play all 18.
Yeah.
We paid for 18 holes. You're getting 18
Which,
holes.
like, and that's the thing. I imagine like not having the communication back then in 1913
Mhm.
as a just passerby, a retail worker with their little radio on about this kid who's about to take down
Mhm.
like everyone in Massachusetts is invested at that point.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am guaranteeing you that. I just thought it was kind of a neat story too. But
Yeah.
anyways, but yeah, good stuff.
I'm gonna spin the shit.
You're
out
gonna
of this
spin
video.
the
hell
All
out of
right,
this
let's.
You want to clear out
Clear
all the
that green or
things?
that yellow for sure, right?
Yeah. All right. You
What
hold
are
it.
we
You
gonna
hold the
get?
top.
Watch it land on the
You hear
red.
this one?
Fucking just pile driving me with the elbow.
That was the violence he wanted.
Here we
You're
go.
just
Alright,
trying
what
to
do
get
we get?
the people's elbow on me.
What is DKR prequel?
And we you still fucking just missed it.
They got it right in there.
Oh yeah, right where you wanted it. Right where it's gonna be anyway.
So do we get to guess?
I'm glad that injury is worth it.
You didn't want to climb tomorrow, anyways.
No.
What's DKR
Whose movie is that?
prequel?
That's
It's
mine.
Dylan's.
That's
my
Dylan's.
movie.
Okay, wait. Can we guess first?
Feel free. Yeah.
DKR. First of all, I don't know
Donkey
what.
Kong Revolution.
That's what I was
Diddy
about
Kong.
to say. This has
Diddy
to be
Kong.
about Donkey
Diddy Kong
Kong.
Racing.
Yeah.
Diddy Kong Racing
Oh,
prequel.
Hey,
Okay.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah.
So, is it the Mario movie?
This is the Mario.
It is not the Mario movie.
I don't know. I don't have any guesses.
DKR prequel.
What's
Dark
DKR
Knight
stand for?
Rises.
Oh.
Is this a Batman film?
Oh, is it a Batman movie?
This is a Batman movie.
This is a Batman movie.
This is a Batman
A
Nolan
prequel.
movie.
prequel.
Which
Wait,
one?
I'm so
That's
confused.
the third one. So the Dark Knight.
Well,
Dark- wait,
Dark
Dark Knight
Dark
Rises
Knight
is
Rises
prequel.
prequel.
Batman
Right.
Begins would also be considered a prequel to Dark
But
Knight.
Rises is considering
just
the
the Dark
second.
Knight.
No, just
Dark
keep
Knight.
going further back. Get to the Tim Burton Batman.
Yeah, honestly, all technically
that's
true.
fire.
The Clooney Batman.
Yeah.
Get
Heard
the
about that
nips.
one.
Let's do like the 1960s TV show Batman.
We need
Adam
Arnold as
West?
Mr.
Six-
Freeze.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
think-
tell me I
Dude,
won't.
it's fucking
It's a
good.
blast.
I've watched
It's a-
them recently.
I have
they
too.
are good.
They're
They're
also
so
good.
good.
There's a
Quite like
charm.
them.
There's a charm.
You should choose those.
Okay,
Annabeth.
but what Batman movie are
Okay.
we watching?
Did you watch Batman Begins?
I've never seen
So you have
Batman.
two villains.
Yeah.
You have Scarecrow
Uh-huh.
and you have Heath Ledger's the Joker.
Yeah.
The better one.
The bet. Well,
Wait.
Whoa, hold on. Technically-
100%. But
technically, Ra's al Ghul is the first villain in Batman Begins. Let's not.
I
Slide.
just remember the Scarecrow. I only ever
Yeah,
seen
it
once.
starts with Scarecrow, but then it's anyways.
So
Uh,
is it Batman?
Which
What's
one
the
are we
movie?
One of the two.
Okay. Well, so you haven't seen Batman Begins,
Okay,
and you haven't seen Dark Knight Rises.
correct.
I feel a little remiss if you watch Dark Knight without.
No, you can 100%.
You can.
Oh,
Everyone
you can.
knows how Batman
You
starts.
Yeah.
Skip it.
It's
Like,
true.
here's the thing: if you're gonna have us watch a Batman movie, it needs to be Heath
Heath
Ledger
Ledger's
as the Joker.
If you're gonna
One of
sell
the
her
best Batman
on a
movies.
Batman movie, it's
Uh-huh.
gonna be
Like,
that.
that
I
is-
promise you, it's not gonna
Wait,
be Batman
wait,
Begins.
are you asking like how you would sell me on a Batman movie?
No, no,
because
no.
you know
No,
there's
no.
one with Anne Hathaway in
No.
it.
Isn't that this
That's
one?
in. No,
Is
that's
that
in Dark
not a
Knight
good
Rises.
one?
Oh.
I don't
That's
think so.
3. Dark Knight Rises is with
Oh,
Anne Hathaway. She's great
okay.
as Catwoman. But
I'm
no,
sure she is.
The
She's
one
great
with
at
Edward
everything.
Cullen's good.
You asked us a
The
question.
one
We're
with
all
Edward
giving you
Cullen.
answers.
I asked
And
Amy
it's
the question.
crazy
and everybody,
how everyone is resoundingly telling you the
Well,
one answer.
And
I'm not- I don't
It's gonna be
know.
something else.
I feel like it's just that he feels that he needs to, like, give her the story from the start and the thought that she will watch the rest of them She won't.
No.
Have her watch the good one.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm not gonna watch Grass before I watch Grass too.
I was, if
so.
you have her watch, in
That's a
my
good
opinion,
point.
if you have her watch Batman Begins, she won't feel compelled to watch Dark Knight.
I disagree. Batman Begins is fantastic.
You have a Batman chest right here, a
Yeah.
tattoo right
A Batman
here.
That one's
chest.
right here. That's on my arm. It's
Yeah.
not on my chest is Deftones, but
Yeah.
this one is
Mm.
the other thing.
Yeah,
All right,
he's
fine.
got the
All
diamond
right,
eyes.
fine,
That's
fine,
right.
fine. I'm peer pressured into it.
We'll go
Well,
back to the Clooney Batman.
we're-
For that one too.
we are gonna watch Batman and Robin, Joel Schumacher's. No, no, that one. Was that the one with Poison Ivy? And
Batman
Bane?
and Robin, yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
Poison Ivy and Bane, and then Batman whichever one. Okay, we're not doing any of that. We're gonna watch Batman: The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
just
what
the
we're
Dark
watching.
Knight.
I haven't seen that in
The
years.
second in the entry, you know,
Neither.
Wait, the second. Wait.
the second in the series.
I'm so confused. Is the Dark Knight not the first one of
No.
those?
No,
Batman,
Begins
is the first one.
is the
Oh, so
first
that's
one.
why-
It's the
that
origin
was-
story that everyone needs to start skipping because everyone
Wait,
knows the origin
Does
story
it,
of
does it
Batman.
have the same actors?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh.
Whoa,
it's
except
Christian
for-
Well,
Bale.
mostly.
Yeah, well, they traded out Katie Holmes for Maggie Gyllenhaal for the
Yeah,
character
they
that
did.
translates over, but
Okay.
she's fine.
Batman's the same. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they've made so many stinking
It's
Batman
true.
movies that I'm just like, I don't
And
know
they
which one
always
this
start
is.
from the beginning.
Yeah, well, you
for
got
some
it.
reason.
It's the one that was famous for being mean to people.
Yeah.
What's his name?
What?
Christian
Oh,
Bale.
gosh.
Mhm.
Oh wait, he
Yeah.
was famous for being mean to
He
people.
He yelled at somebody on a set. But
Yeah,
to be
they-
fair, he
they-
was in the right with the
yeah.
context given in that set.
I don't
too.
remember what it was about.
Uh,
I'm gonna give anybody a pass that yells at people. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone's probably just in their head and they're like, I want hot coffee.
Yeah.
You know, like, you missed your line. Like, you're gonna yell at it.
Right. Anyways, we'll talk more all about the behind the
Okay.
scenes aspects of Christian Bale next time. But in the meantime, we're going to be watching The Dark Knight next week, or in
Whenever.
yeah,
Somewhere.
whenever for viewing
When it's
purposes.
convenient.
Stay tuned.
Whenever you know
Yeah.
we get around. In the
See you
meantime,
eventually.
yeah, let us know in the comments below what you think. Should golf have more fights involved? I think so. If you like the content, as always, make sure to give us a big thumbs up.
Yeah.
You
has
know,
a
like
different
chess
meaning.
boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like golf boxing.
Yeah,
That's the thing, yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Make sure to hit the bell. Can somebody tap Jill?
No.
And
Somebody hit her with a
No one
pole.
wants to
No
touch
one
me.
wants to touch that.
Yeah.
You can hit me for all I care. There you go.
I already hit Nathan pretty hard already.
Yeah,
so-
yeah, you've already got your hit.
Yeah.
He was in the splash zone.
You
so-
wanted some violence.
Yeah, that's fair. I know. I got these pointy elbows too. I'm sure that did hurt. Anyways, and make sure to subscribe. We're not at 420 yet. We're still at 69. Nice, but not great. And until next time, we'll see you then for The Dark Knight
Woo!
2008. Thank you. Okay, bye.
You have a Nolan movie on there, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
That was okay. I won't lie. That was a buffer.